Hi and welcome to the video tutorial for the BP-Translate. I just thought I would get this recorded and show you kind of how it works. It is a little bit more complex than I thought it was, but hopefully once it's set up, then all you need to do is kind of anytime there's an update, just replace the BP-Translator exe files or any of the translation files. So what we'll do is we just want to go to my GitHub page, so gmbigs, and then click on the repository of the BP Translate new, click code, click download zip, and then once that's downloaded, we'll then go to our downloads folder, and what we want to do is just copy this zip to our desktop. Once the zip is copied to the desktop, just extract all. Once the folder is then extracted, what we'll do is now we're in the folder, we just want to rename this folder. So if we go to properties and then get rid of this, I would just double check and make sure that the BP is capital letters, because when I was writing the script, I just made sure the folder was named BP-Translate. Click OK. We can go in there as well and just make sure that files folder, the bat file and the readme file are in there. If you do want to follow the guide, you can use the readme. I've just deleted the GitHub upload file, so you can get rid of that if you want to do so. Doesn't really matter. So if we go back to the BP Translate, and then again we'll just we want to just copy this, and what we want to do is copy this to the C drive. So if we just paste this into the C drive, again, if you've previously installed this, I'd just make sure all the files are deleted. Anything that's within Blue Protocol, all the contents and paths and that, just remove as well. But again, it's not important. It won't mess it up. This is more just if you're running it for the first time. If you are running it for the second time, like I said, you just need to replace anything that gets released by the BP Translate team. So if we go in here, we just want to right click this bat file now. Again, we can close this. Just right click the bat file, run as administrator. You'll get this warning message come up. If I was you, I'd just click more and then just run it anyway. If you really want to know what's inside the bat file, you can right click it and then open it up in Notepad. It's just some simple commands that will run the PowerShell scripts. So we'll run anyway, click yes on the admin prompt. Right, now that we've come to this section and we know that it wants to run this PowerShell script, what we will do is, at this stage anyway, whenever I do run this bat file, I always make sure that the VPN is on Japan. And then also, I run Kaspersky, but so for me it's simple, pause protection. I usually do this for around 15 minutes, just so it gives it time for the game to start up, and then it will just re-enable. It's just so that, because the executionable file requires it to be able to write to the host file. So yeah. We'll pause the protection, and then what we'll do here is we're just going to do run once. This will then go through the process of, if you go to the if you want to see what it's doing, you can go to your C drive and go to the Blue Protocol folder, which for me actually I think it's in the launcher. Yeah. So it'll be here, and then you'll be able to see kind of what happens when the files get added. So sometimes when the PowerShell script runs, it asks you for the input. Now everyone's going to have the game kind of installed all over the place. For me, I originally had it installed on a different drive, but I've installed it on the C drive just to make life easier for people. So if it is on the C drive and it's in this default location, you can just click OK. But for this purposes, I'm kind of going to go through everything. For the video purposes, I'll just go through everything and you can see it how it runs. So enter the Bandai Namco launch games folder location. So that's this one here. As you can see, we've got C drive, Bandai Namco launcher games. That's the one that you want. As you can see here, it's got the blue protocol and the temp folders in there. So this is the folder that we're looking for. We'll just copy that and then we'll just paste it into the input box. So what this does is when the PowerShell script runs, it actually collects this from a text file and it should be able to run anything and basically put the files and folders into the location, so it makes it more of an automated process rather than a manual process. As you can see here as well, it also installs the certificate, so happy days. From here we'll just press any key because it doesn't really matter. And like I said, you can see that the BP-Translate is now in here. You can see that we've got the certificate just in case we ever need it. We've got the BP-Translate and the JSON file as well. So again, if you want to have a look as well, we've got blue protocols, binaries, Win64. We've got the dinput file, and then also it includes the mods folder as well. So it's got the old style and it's also got the new style. This was just to make sure that we're covered on everything really. So going back to here, you can see that the game's trying to start. When this file does run, and once you've put in the folder location, don't move your mouse because it'll just do it automatically. So again, we just want to do R so we can run the file, run the PowerShell script. Again, we can see that there's another input box request. Again, this just kind of explains where you need to go. So this time we want to do the Bandai Namco launcher. So if I go back here, so on mine it's located in my program files. Again, you might have it stored somewhere different, but essentially we're looking for this folder here. And then if you go into it and you've got launcher and launcher again, and we're basically just looking for this exe file here. So what we'll do is we'll copy this path, paste it in here. So what this again does is this collects the it basically runs off another text file, so it'll store this path in a text file and it should run. Sometimes it may pop up again when you run the game, so again just make sure that you've got this launcher file path saved somewhere, or you know where it is, so you can just enter it, click OK, and then what this should start doing is this will run through the script. And then you can see here that it's starting the launcher. You can see there that it started the launcher, and it's also running the BP-Translate as well. So if I just don't touch anything now, like I said, what will happen is the launcher will start, which is required for the game. Now I do run off 1080 display, so that's what I've set it up for. If this doesn't work for you, then please let me know and I'll amend the script, but really it should just auto start the game. So as you can see, I've not moved the mouse, it's just starting the game and everything's now running very smoothly. You'll see that the game starts up and all the files and folders are in the correct location. So again, you get this guy proc prompt. So again, just click it and just click OK, and then it will basically start Blue Protocol for you, and that will also include the translation as well. What I'll do for this is I'll basically put all the links and to the files below, and then I'll also copy it into the BP-Translator Discord channel as well, so you can see that. But as you can see, the game's now loading up. Now what I like to do is I'll just wait for the game to start up, but essentially I just make a shortcut of the shortcut. because the shortcut itself is set to run as administrator. So you can see there that we've got the English translation. If I started the game, then again, if I click start, you can see everything's kind of translated for you. So if I exit out of that now, we do have this script, so you can just close that. That's no problem at all. It's just kind of what was running in the exe. So now if we go to C, you'll have this BP translate link at the bottom. Again, like I said, this is a shortcut. So if I go to properties and general, you'll see that it's a shortcut link. So kind of what I do is I copy this. So what I do is, sorry, I'm running on Windows 11. So show more options. If you're running on Windows 10, you'll kind of see this view anyway. Create a shortcut, and yes, we do want to place it on the desktop. And then what I'll do is I'll just get rid of these files because we don't need them anymore. Right click this, properties, general, and then just rename this to BP-Translate, or you can rename it to Blue Protocol if you really want. So like Blue Protocol, click OK. And then you'll see that it's renamed. So all we do is we run this as administrator, click yes, and then now you will see that it's just waiting for the game to start, and it should run the script, but for some reason it looks like it's not. I'll give it a minute because it should run the script, but it looks like it's not. Is my internet still paused? Yeah. Let me just get rid of this and C drive, and then let me just run it from here. Properties. And that should be running the bat file. Huh. Okay, so for some reason this is on BP-Translate. So what we can do is we will. Why has that happened? I don't know why that's happened, but we'll just change that here. Oh, so it's not going to let me. So what we can do is we can just remove this and then actually just make it easy. Right click, properties. Sorry, not properties. Create shortcut, and then this shortcut we can copy to the desktop, and then what we can do is properties. What you need to do is you need to make sure on the shortcuts right. Let's try and figure this out, why this hasn't worked. Blueprint, so we want to run this, which then runs everything for us, but but it should create a shortcut which should just run it anyway. Okay. Yes, any key. here, wait for the game to start. Yeah, so that bat file works, but why is and it's picking up the detail, so very strange. Right, let's close this and then this. So create shortcut. Let's rename as BP-Translator, and then we can paste this to the desktop. Run as administrator, yes. This should have copied it. Let's have a look. So that's just waiting for the game to start. Anyway guys, what I would do is I'd probably just make a copy of the bat file and then basically just run the bat file from here, because I don't know why, but when I run the BP Translate it seems to have a bit of a fit now. But yeah, basically I'll leave the video there. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully that's pretty much a simple process. At least now that I have BP-Translator here again, what we can do is I can rename this to Blue Protocol, and then just run this every time. And then at least I know when I do R, there's only just one pop-up box, and we click OK, and then it seems to run the game, which is bizarre, but it works, so I'm not going to knock it. And anyway guys, thanks very much for watching, and I hope that helps. Again, just R, and everything should just start up like normal. I don't know where I've gone wrong, so I'll try to figure it out, and then I will update it once it's all done. But for now, everything's running and it all works, so happy days. Thank you again. Take care. Bye.